Hey guys, Helen Hartsmith here from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Thought I'd try a little multitasking today. Let's see how this works out. I've seen some other pagan and Wiccan folks doing videos to and from their place of work, and so I thought, well, if it helps me, to get some thoughts out on video that I can share with you, then, maybe that's a good thing. And of course, safety is always first when driving, and I have a half an hour-ish commute, so let's see what happens. So, I guess the first thing that I should address is the fact that if you're following the blog or the YouTube channel, you'll know that I lost my job about 6 weeks ago. Yeah, just about 7 weeks ago it's been now. We found out literally 2 days before July 1st. So, the company that I worked for came into some financial issues and was basically foreclosed on. And so I was out of work for about 6 weeks doing some really hardcore getting resumes out there, applications, and doing some big time magic. I did a whole blog post on what I was doing magically to help me find a job. And among those things that I was doing is I had a candle that I was burning, and I was working with intent and all that good stuff. And I guess I can put a link to that blog post below if you're interested in that. And so I started a new job Monday of this week, and strangely enough, I'm back at the same facility where I was working. And what happened was one of the customers a customer for the previous company that I worked for, they purchased the company. Purchased everything. Purchased the land, the buildings, everything. And so our entire crew pretty much is back employed at this facility. So I'm very grateful first of all, to be working, because a steady paycheck is always a happy thing. And unemployment is the pits. I haven't been on unemployment in a number of years. I worked for my previous position for about 12 years, just about 12 years. And so there were a few times where, things were lean and I was laid off for a week or two. But that's completely different than, being laid off and not knowing when you'd go back to work. And the hit that I took financially, I pretty much was making half of what I made in my regular wage. So, very happy to be back to work. Very happy to, it's only been 3 days because I'm recording this on Wednesday. It's only been 3 days, but I'm here to tell you, it seems like our new parent company cares a great deal about us as part of their organization. And so we're working out some kinks and stuff like that, but they have improvements for the building that they want to deal with, and that it's buildings, because it's multiple buildings, it's attention that these buildings desperately need, heat-wise, roof-wise, things like that. So it's exciting to hear about those types of changes and improvements. So all in all, kind of bringing this back to a magical perspective, I think that the magic that I worked did its job. I'm grateful to be back in a position that I basically have been doing. It's the same job that I've been doing for 12 years. And so, of course, there are going to be changes, but it's going to be changes for the better, and it's going to be hopefully just an all-in-all better situation. So I'm pretty geeked about that. So yes, good magical things happening. I see that I need to work out some kinks on the angle if I'm going to do this with any regularity. So bear with me as you see me in just one area of the screen. I don't really, there's the back of my car. I don't necessarily want to mess with the little setup that I have here. It's kind of going back to where it wants to be, not where I want it to be. So I'll have to play with that a little bit, and that's fine. Anyhow, so what else is going on magically for me right now? Well, Lansing Pagan Pride is coming up. Kind of excited about that. If anyone lives in the Michigan area, Lansing Pagan Pride Day is the 27th, I believe it is, of August. So just under 2 weeks, like a week and a half or something like that away. So I'm going to be teaching there again. I taught last year, and this year the Coven is doing a public ritual. This is our first public ritual, not at the Covenstead. I think I've talked about that in a few videos. So that should be interesting, and it's very much a participatory ritual that we have going on, that we have planned. The theme for this year's Lansing Pagan Pride is spiritual transformation. So that is the center of our ritual, what our ritual is about. Spiritual transformation. So we're going to be using some divination and things of that nature to help our participants see what their road to transformation is like. What else am I thinking about? Oh, you might want to know what my class is about. My class is actually about working with spirit animals to help with transformation. So I'll be sharing my experiences with my spirit animals and talking about different things like that. I think it's a little dark. Let's try to shed a little light on the subject. I don't know if that's going to help. We'll see. I'll review this footage and I might not even use it. So we'll see. Let's see. Oh, I'm really intrigued lately because I've been seeing in my Facebook feed numerous people talking about different kinds of bottles, different spell bottles and things like that. So I'm actually starting some research into what is this? I mean, I've heard about, spell bottles before, and I've heard about witches bottles. I actually read a article on Pathos that was written by Jason Mankey a couple of years ago, where he talked about his coven and experiences with witch bottles. They actually started off as not something that witches did, but sorry, I've stopped, so I'm trying to make an adjustment here to see if I can make this better. Oh, that's kind of better, but we'll see how it goes. So anyhow, witch bottles were originally used to keep witches away. They were very much a protection charm. And so, but what really kind of the final spark to make me think about learning, and possibly implementing bottles into my practice is the fact that one of my Facebook friends posted what he's calling a devotional bottle dedicated to the goddess that he works with. And so, based on the name Devotional Bottle and the fact that it was specific for a very specific goddess, I mean, you can, as an educated person, I'm assuming that it contains, and he kind of went into what he put into the bottle, and it's all items that are associated, or correspond to this particular goddess. And so I'm assuming that it is something, to be done in honor of a patron deity. And I did ask him about, can you give some information, because I believe he is a blogger as well. So I'm hoping that he will get back. I hope this isn't too loud. I'm on a bit of a dirty road. But maybe he has a blog post where he talks about these devotional bottles. So we'll see. So I've started doing some looking into more bottle type things. Seems like there had to have been something in some of my Temple of Witchcraft lessons as well. So I might even head back to those texts and see what I can find there. I'm kind of intrigued and want to learn more and maybe apply something like that to my practice. I'm always wanting to try new things, and of course in lessons we get exposure to new ideas, and you might try something during the lesson, but you might not fully implement it into your practice until it comes more on your radar. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at. So yeah, there's the spirit bottles. I don't want to make this super long. So what else am I thinking about magically? I'm thinking about different content for the blog and for the YouTube channel. So again, if there's any content that you have questions on or anything like that, feel free to post them on this video or any of the other videos. I have been doing a pretty decent job of keeping up on comments made to various videos. So don't think that your question will get overlooked or whatever. This is a bumpy road. So I think there's nothing else that's readily coming to mind that I wanted to talk about. So I think I'm just going to wrap up this video for here and see how it turns out when I review it when I get home. So if this makes it to the channel and you learn something new, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Check us out on the blog. Links will all be in the description box below. And as always, thank you for taking the time to walk the path with me a little while. Until next time, blessed be.